So Bitcoin Cash jumps up to record highs all of a sudden. Why does that happen? Now Zero Hedge is going to talk about this in a minute. But before I get to that point, or the story, I will tell you one of the three tokens, the mystery tokens that we didn't really want to say, me, Cliff, and whatever, in Bix, mainly Cliff, you know, because he's the one with the data. And he kind of turned this one down and said, no, I don't think it's this one. So that's why I'm going to tell you now that this was one of those coins, Bitcoin Cash. And again, we're kind of looking for like a feud or like a fight between people at a company. They part ways, that kind of thing. And the news is terrible, so the coin just absolutely tanks. But it should have had an ICO price that it tanks way below. This was not ICO'd. Bitcoin itself was not an ICO. Okay? Bitcoin Cash, when it split, is not an ICO. However, it did come out at a specific price, kind of like an ICO, but it's not an ICO. And it was around $600 something, if I recall, right? Yeah, actually, I'm looking at the chart. And then it crashed down to like low 200s at one point, 275, 250, stayed around that price for a while. And then all of a sudden, over the last few days, it's now up over $900. And just so I'm super accurate, let me go to CoinMarketCap and just tell you specifically what it's at. Right at this moment, it's $827. Whereas Bitcoin is 4139, you know, 4,139. Anyway, so I'm looking at this, you know, and back to my right page. It did fit some of the data, but not all of it. Now you could say, oh well, the argument or butting heads was the split, the segue or whatever split. And, you know, they want to go this way and this one, you know. But as Cliff said, it's not filling other pieces of the data that needs to fit. So he kind of wrote this one off. It's why I'm telling you about it, though, now. Because I feel kind of the same way that this one can be kind of written off. Because this coin should perform, this mysterious coin, whenever we figure it out, if it even happens this month, should perform like no other coin before it. You're going to have to wait a while for it to perform. But it'll be like no other according to the data. We can, I think, safely get this one off the list, but you still certainly could have made some good money if you were in the Bitcoin Cash, or was it BCH or BHC? BCH, I think. BHC maybe. Cash. I think it's BHC. Let me. BHC, no, BCH. Yeah, it's BC, Bitcoin A. I don't know, you know. I guess there's already a BCC. But anyways, $822. So Zero Hedge says, you know, here's why we think this happened. Why it's just jumped up. I'm not 100% convinced, but we'll see. After meandering around $300 for the last 2 weeks, Bitcoin Cash has rocked higher in the last few days, now trading at record highs over $900. As Bitcoin Cash has surged, Bitcoin has been falling, now back below 4,000, which actually is back up to 4139. As Bitcoin Cash mining profitability becomes more appealing to miners. They don't want to mine Bitcoin, they want to mine Bitcoin Cash. So why do they want to mine Bitcoin Cash over Bitcoin all of a sudden? Here's why. Bitcoin Cash has surged to a new record high in the last few days, now triple the market cap of Ripple and over half the market cap of Ethereum. So just what is going on with BCH or Bitcoin Cash? Coinivore explains, as blocks continue to process, Bitcoin Cash edges its way closer to the legacy Bitcoin's network mining profitability. Meaning, how profitable is it to mine Bitcoin? How profitable is it to mine Bitcoin Cash? Whatever's one's more profitable, obviously that's what we want to mine, right? If you're a real miner in the freaking cave somewhere in a mountain, and the splits off, over here's some goodies, some gems, over here's some gems. These gems are 2% worth more, worth more, 2% higher than the other ones on to the left. I'm going to go in the right cave and get 2% more of my money, right? That's what this is talking about. It's what could be known as the flippening, and block, what is that, 479,808 is the block to watch if it's going to happen. This weekend, CoinDesk reported. Block 479808 set for this weekend will likely trigger a difficulty adjustment downwards 50%. And if the prices of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash stay the same, this means miners will make almost double on Bitcoin Cash than what they could on Bitcoin. So that's interesting. That's a lot more than I was just talking about. Now, why would miners abandon the legacy Bitcoin? Because BCH, or the cash chain's difficulty, has also dropped. And at the same time, the price has risen over 75% in the last 2 days. As such, Bitcoin Cash mining is now currently 2% more profitable to mine than the legacy Bitcoin or BTC. So it's 2% more, whatever. So what they're talking about, the 50%, the difficulty adjustment of how hard it is to mine, to crack the code, so to speak. And that means everything to miners. The easier it is to crack, the more they can do, the more they can bring in, etc. So another reason is the legacy Bitcoin blockchain charges higher fees on transactions. So miners must take into account the extra 1.5 Bitcoin per block on Bitcoin, which is about $6,000 US, while Bitcoin Cash offers very low fees, under $50 US. So as you hear this, your ears kind of perk up, like mine probably are, and you know, I wonder if there's going to be a flippening over to that. Is this going to be enough? The good news is that if you already had some Bitcoin, if you had, say, 2 Bitcoin, you pretty much have 2 Bitcoin Cash, right? Because when the fork happened, you get 2 of those and 2 of the new ones. Right now, mine are sitting on the Exodus wallet. And while I could technically claim them, the Exodus wallet does not store them, or, you know, like it does regular Bitcoin. At least not yet. And I don't want to let my Bitcoin Cash sit over on Bittrex or somewhere else when I'm hearing these stories about hacks and all this crap. So I'm just going to wait patiently. And then when the timing's right, then I'll say, okay, give me my 1.75 Bitcoin Cash or whatever. So this is going to be a, you know, clash of the titans. Which coin's going to make it? Which one's not? You know, again, so much infrastructure is out in the world paying for with Bitcoin. This and that is already using the regular Bitcoin. So a lot of stuff has to change for everyone to say, well, let's use the new Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like businesses that accept it and things like that. So I don't know, but at the same time, a tiny fee, like compared to the other fee, that's pretty significant, you know. Additionally, CoinDesk notes that new exchange volume is also helping drive Bitcoin Cash higher. And it says, while both Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash share a transaction history, there's at least one differential that changes their markets. Bitcoin Cash did not inherit Bitcoin's expansive global exchange network. This means while Bitcoin is widely available for trading across continents, only a few major players stepped up early to add Bitcoin Cash. Still, signs suggest more exchanges could soon see a value in doing so. Case in point, the trade volume in Bitcoin Cash observed during the recent run was largely denominated in the South Korean won today. Yesterday, about $1.2 billion of the $2 billion in total Bitcoin Cash trade volume, or around 56%, appeared to be transacted in won on just 3 Korean exchanges: BitHum, CoinOne, and Corbit, according to data from CoinMarketCap. Such a strong regional showing could indicate pent-up demand, but whether it's from sellers seeking to sell or buyers looking to buy, that remains unclear. So here's one thing. Is it a possibility that the South Koreans decided to do a pump and dump on all of us? Let's get those moronic Americans and other people pulled in on this. They don't know anything. Let's just grab them and pull them in. Well, all right. This is beyond whale status of someone dumping that kind of coin, okay? This would be a coordinated effort somehow. So my thing to say here is I'm a little reluctant to just jump in all of a sudden, because they may have pushed the price up, got the rest of us in, and then they flood out and get out. You know, $1,500 Bitcoin Cash. They all sell out. We're still sitting on it thinking it's going higher. And then they crush it, doubling their money, tripling their money, and leaving us moronkins sitting here saying, what the F just happened to us? But then again, what if that's not what has happened here? And there's a legitimate push behind Bitcoin Cash, right? Which way do I go? Do I turn left? Do I turn right? What does my gut tell me, you know? And that, I can't tell you. You got to do that one on your own for yourself. I am currently not getting into Bitcoin Cash, even though I technically have 1.75 because I have 1.75 of regular Bitcoin. I'm just not going to take any of my funds and jump into this right now. I'm just not going to. That does not mean that it can't go up even higher and do well, and you might be able to double your money or something like that playing with Bitcoin Cash. It doesn't mean that, because that can possibly happen for sure. I'm just not doing it. I'm kind of focused on hoping that this damn mysterious coin thing that Cliff's on his data recently shows up. There's a big argument, fight, whatever. Oh my gosh, we know it's this coin. Again, 3 of them kind of fit the bill. This one, Cliff was pretty sure doesn't sound like it, but we're still looking at it, right? We're not going to write it off yet. But it's at a point where I feel like I can at least tell you now that this was a candidate, but maybe not so. Not anymore. And then there's the 2 other ones. The other one mainly is the first one I told you about. It's still there. It hasn't changed. It's still the one we thought the most of. But again, it may not be any of them. And then all of a sudden this thing happens over here in left field. And then, oh, gosh, we didn't see that one coming. Now we know what that is, though. Hey, everybody. Hope you didn't jump the gun early the other day when I was talking about Bitcoin Cash or this or that. This is the one. Then again, I may not be coming out because it doesn't happen. Doesn't that kind of suck? Doesn't that drive you nuts? Damn it, why can't the webbot just be 100% all the time? Hey, it is what it is, and thus far, it has made me a good amount of money. It's made a bunch of you a good amount of money. I'll just tone my little voice right down. Okay? Take care.